You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening, welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 2nd of November. Improvised explosive device found in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistani lawyers support decision to acquit Christian woman on death row. And former Maldives president returns from exile to a hero's welcome. And now for all the details. Security forces found an improvised explosive device or IED in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. This came after two terrorists planning to spread unrest in the province during village council polls later this month were gunned down in Budgam district on Thursday.
An improvised explosive device or IED was found in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday, ahead of the Panchayat or village council elections. The IED was discovered by the police and armed forces wrapped in a white cloth in Nikas village near Pulwama Shopia Road. The area was immediately cordoned off and efforts were underway by a bomb disposal squad to defuse the bomb till the last reports came in. This comes after two terrorists were killed in an encounter in Budgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. Officials claimed the terrorists planned to create unrest during the Panchayat elections. India accuses Pakistan of arming and helping terrorists infiltrate across the border to spread unrest in the Kashmir Valley. Pakistan denies the allegations.
In news from Pakistan, several Pakistani lawyers have expressed support for Supreme Court's verdict to acquit and order release of Asia Bibi, a Christian woman sentenced to death over blasphemy allegations. Meanwhile, protesters opposing the decision continued to block roads in major cities despite a warning issued by the government.
Several Pakistani lawyers have expressed support for Supreme Court's verdict to acquit and ordering release of Asia Bibi, a Christian woman sentenced to death over blasphemy allegations. The case of Asia Bibi, a Christian mother of four, who had been living on death row since 2010 as the first woman sentenced to death by hanging under Pakistan's tough blasphemy laws, has divided Pakistan. Bibi was accused of making derogatory remarks about Islam after neighbors objected to her drinking water from their glass because she was not Muslim. But the apex court ruled the evidence was insufficient.
अगर कोई लोग इसमें मुलव्वस हैं तो उनको सज़ा मिलनी चाहिए, कानून के मुताबिक मिलनी चाहिए, लेकिन जहाँ पर अगर इस लॉ को कोई मिसयूज़ किया जा रहा है तो उसको मिसयूज़ करने से रोकना चाहिए. और मैं ये समझता हूँ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट आसिया केस में दिया गया है वो यकीनन जो है वो दुरुस्त दिया है.
स्पेशली क्योंकि शरीयत मुहम्मदी में भी यही है, अगर मुल्ज़म के ख़िलाफ़ कोई शक पैदा हो जाता है तो उसका फ़ायदा होता है. इसी वजह से ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फ़ैसला रूल्स, रेगुलेशन और शरीयत मुहम्मदी के मुताबिक है.
Meanwhile, Islamist protesters continued to block roads in Pakistan's major cities for the second day on Thursday in opposition to the top court's decision. Rights groups say the blasphemy law is exploited by religious extremists as well as ordinary Pakistanis to settle personal scores. At least 65 people have been murdered over blasphemy allegations since 1990, including a 23-year-old student beaten to death on his university campus last year.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan has witnessed a sharp rise in helicopter crashes this year that have claimed the lives of dozens of security personnel and civilians. 8 helicopters have crashed in the country since March due to bad weather and technical problems.
This year has seen a marked increase in helicopter crashes in Afghanistan, which has left dozens of security personnel and civilians dead. On Wednesday, a military helicopter crashed in Anardara district of Farah province, claiming lives of at least 27 people. This was the 8th helicopter crash in the country since the end of March. Afghan National Army officials said the helicopter crashed due to bad weather, but the Taliban said in a statement and released an apparent video of the crash site, claiming that its fighters had shot down the helicopter.
بعد از اون که ترمیم اساسی شده برای ریسورس نو داده شده از 18 نفر باید بالا نباشه و هم در صورتی که دیگه بار نداشته باشه چرا این هلیکوپترها باز به اون ریسورس اولی نیست.
A military analyst said the Taliban has taken control of some heavy weapons and their military equipment has changed, which could be used to target helicopters. Meanwhile, President Ashraf Ghani sent his condolences to the families of those killed in the helicopter crash in Farah and described them as the real sons of the soil.
More on news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's second Vice President Mohammad Sarwar Danish on Thursday discussed plight of Afghan journalists and said Afghanistan is one of the most dangerous countries in the world for them. He also called on the United Nations to play a more effective role in supporting journalists.
Second Vice President of Afghanistan, Mohammad Sarwar Danish, while discussing plight of Afghan journalists on Thursday said, Afghanistan is one of the most dangerous countries in the world for journalists. Danish made the remarks while addressing an event on the eve of International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. He also called on the United Nations to play a more effective role in supporting journalists during the event, which was attended by UN Special Envoy to Afghanistan, government officials and media supporting organizations.
به باور ما اگر رسانه‌های آزاد، فعالیت آزادی خبرنگاران و آزادی گفتار و آزادی بیان را از نظام سیاسی فعلی افغانستان جدا کنیم، این حکومت فلسفه وجودی خود را از دست می‌دهد و در حقیقت دیگر تفاوتی بین این نظام و نظام‌های استبدادی گذشته افغانستان وجود نخواهد داشت.
Unfortunately, every day
متاسفانه خبرنگاران در افغانستان که می‌کوشند با انجام کارهای حرفه‌ایشان رویدادهای واقعی این کشور را به مردم افغانستان و مخاطبان جهانی برسانند با تهدید، ارعاب و بدتر از اینها روبروستند. اندوهگینانه دیدیم که در چند سال اخیر خبرنگاران بسیاری در
At least 14 journalists have been killed in Afghanistan this year, reports suggest. Media organizations expressed concern that if cases of violence against journalists do not stop, this could endanger the freedom of press in the country in the future.
Moving on to news from Maldives. Former Maldivian President Mohammad Nasheed returned home on Thursday after living in exile for nearly 3 years. Thousands of supporters clad in yellow, the color of the Nasheed-led opposition, lined streets in the capital city of Malé to greet him.
Maldives opposition leader Mohammad Nasheed returned from nearly 3 years' exile to a hero's welcome from his supporters on Thursday. The former president's return comes after the Maldives Supreme Court stayed his 13-year sentence on terrorism charges this week. He has said the charges were politically motivated. Nasheed said the new government, which his party backs, will work to pay off $3 billion of Chinese loans borrowed by the government of outgoing President Abdullah Yameen. Thousands of people clad in yellow, the color of Nasheed-led opposition, lined the streets in the capital to greet him. The Maldives under Yameen grew close to China to the alarm of traditional ally India, with China funding roads, bridges and an extension to the international airport as part of its Belt and Road Initiative of infrastructure projects in almost 70 countries. The opposition and some analysts say Chinese involvement could lead to the tiny island chain in the Indian Ocean sinking deep into debt.
Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama on Thursday began his discourse with Chinese scientists on the effects of quantum physics in India's hill town of Dharamshala. The three-day event is aimed at understanding and associating modern science with Buddhist principles of quantum physics and will touch upon various topics including challenges and opportunities for a sustainable planet.
Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama began his three-day discourse with Chinese scientists on the effects of quantum physics in North Indian hill town of Dharamshala on Thursday. The leader and the scientist will touch upon various topics including challenges and opportunities for a sustainable planet and the entangled world, among others. The event is aimed at understanding and associating modern science with Buddhist principles of quantum physics.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama has been carrying out these dialogues with quantum physicists for over 30 years. So this is just another such a dialogue in this series. This is a bit unique in that the group of quantum physicists are from Greater China.
This is the first time with Chinese scientists to talk about what is the Buddhist philosophy, what is Buddhist science and modern science. What is the difference between these two?
Dalai Lama has been living in India since fleeing a failed uprising against the Chinese rule of his homeland in 1959. A government of exiled Tibetans and thousands of refugees are also based in Dharamshala. China denounces Dalai Lama as a separatist, but he says he is seeking autonomy for Tibet.
A 96-year-old granny in India's southern Kerala province has become a source of inspiration for all after she secured 98% marks in Class 4th literacy examination held recently. She was felicitated by Kerala's Chief Minister for achieving the feat at this stage of her life.
Proving that learning has no age bar, a 96-year-old Indian woman, Katiyani Amma, took to primary education and secured 98% marks in Class 4th literacy examination held in India's southern Kerala province. For Amma, getting a proper education always seemed like a far-fetched dream, but Akshara Laksham program run by the provincial government made her dream of achieving a proper education come true. She was felicitated by the Chief Minister of the province, Pinarayi Vijayan, on Thursday for achieving the feat at this stage of her life. Amma said she hopes to progress forward and successfully complete up to Class 10th. She topped the examinations by securing 28 marks out of 30 in mathematics, 30 on 30 in a reading test and 40 on 40 in Malayalam alphabet writing.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan turned 53 on Friday. Scores of Khan's fans gathered outside his residence in India's western Mumbai city to wish their beloved superstar on his special day.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan turned 53 on Friday and his fans, like every year, thronged outside his residence in India's entertainment capital, Mumbai. Fondly known as the King of Romance, Khan too greeted the enthusiastic crowd by waving at them who gathered in the wee hours of the night and thanked them for their wishes. Shah Rukh Khan has maintained an impeccable star power for over 2 decades in Bollywood now. The superstar is loved by millions all around the world.
मैं आज तक मंदिर नहीं गया, लेकिन 1 तारीख की रात मेरी मन्नत के सामने ही कटती है.
Also referred as a king of Bollywood, Khan is one of the leading stars of the Indian film industry. He started his acting career with the television show Fauji in 1989 and has won several awards in 25 years of his acting career. The much appreciated and loved film of the actor is Bollywood's blockbuster film Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.